What is up, you guys? My name is Madison. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we'll be doing my August TBR. I only have 5 books here. If you want to see all the books that I'm currently reading, I posted that video 2 videos ago, and that will also be included in my August TBR if they are not finished in the month of July. I do plan on making a video about those books, hopefully a reading vlog. I did finish one though, The Wicked City by Beatrice Williams. I definitely recommend. I gave it 4 to 5 stars, and trigger warning for familial trauma. It's rough. Think more severe familial trauma, if you will, and also death and grief. But yeah, anyway, back to the point of this video. This is my August TBR. I really would like to start getting into the cozy feeling of fall. I am moving and school will be starting and I have a concert, so I'm not trying to like overwhelm myself with reading a bunch of books, so let's just get on to the video. So the first book I have is everyone's favorite middle school read, Divergent by Veronica Roth. I got this at a library book sale for 75 cents. I love my library book sales. They always have the best books on sale. I wish I had the or I guess this isn't the movie cover, but there was like another version of it that I really liked that was just a lot more simple. I think it was like the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition or something like that. But I have Divergent. And this book, if you don't already know, is about a walled off, I don't want to say war-torn, but it looks war-torn Chicago. Very dystopian. It's dystopian YA. Everybody knows that at this point. I was putting it off for a very long time because everyone was comparing it to the Hunger Games, and I am not a Hunger Games fan. Not something I'm super interested in. I watched the first movie and I was like, no thanks, not interested. I'm gonna get a shot eventually, but today's not that day. But I watched the movie and I realized it was a lot more comparable to The Giver, and I love The Giver. It is one of my favorite books. I'm actually currently listening to the audiobook for the last book, which is also mentioned in that last video that I was talking about. And basically you have this test trial of sorts where you have to do a whole bunch of things to see like where you belong in society, and then the day after that test, when you get your results back, you get to pick a job or a career, which they like to call factions. And we're following our main character Beatrice, who is multiple of those factions. She is not just one perfect human like the world tried to create, like her, or not like the world, like the town tried to create. And she is considered divergent, and she has to keep it a secret because divergents are terrible and bad and evil. So she picks a faction, the faction that she was always most interested in, and she was training alongside them and working alongside them, and then she was getting help from her like captain, her trainer captain thing, for everyone's favorite bad guy, everyone's favorite morally gray character. Like, I think that was the beginning of most of our morally gray character I liked for, even when I didn't know what Divergent was. So take that how you want to. But yeah, I loved the movies, and I've had the book. I just haven't picked it up because everyone's like, oh, it's like the Hunger Games. I was like the Hunger Games, but I love the movies, and now I'm willing to give the book a try. I actually did get the Hunger Games series, but I gave it to my brother, and I'm hoping to get another copy where I can get all 4 of them together. So yeah. Next, I have Once a Queen by Sarah Arthur. I actually got this yesterday. My boyfriend picked it up for me. It's a haunted house with a soul, and if you know me at all, you know I love books about a haunted house with a soul. Haunting of Hill House, Home Before Dark. I actually have another one that I haven't read yet, but I'm super excited to read that one too. But basically we're following a young girl named Ava Joyce, who is 14 years old, and she's learning so much about her family through different dimensions. It's very much a multiverse kind of book if you're interested in that, and she's finding out that in one like multiverse thing that she was a queen, and so she's trying to, or like different lifetimes. I don't know if it's multiverse or if it's like time travel, but I'll figure it out when I read it. But I'm very excited. I actually picked it up because this cover looks like a classic, and it's just so pretty, and I love this color of green. So I'm very excited to see where that takes me. Next, I have Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. I don't know when this takes place. I don't know if it is a historical fiction or not, or a historical romance. Also, I've been trying to get the sticker off. I got the Target sticker off of one of the books in this video, but who knows? Oh, am I doing it? I didn't. Awesome sauce. But yeah, I picked this up during a no-buy because I was so uninspired to read everything, and I wanted to pick it up. It was a beautiful cover. It was a like a rom-com, yeah, romantic comedy kind of book, and I was like, oh, I would be so interested in that. And then it was finals week, so I never got a chance to read it, and I am just super excited because apparently it's also like kind of like a mystery, and I just love that. And also I think this cover is so cute. Next, I have a poetry book. I love reading poetry in the fall. I don't have many poetry books. I used to collect them, like they were my favorite thing to get, and I would sit down and read them like directly after getting them, but I don't think I ever did that with this one, and I don't really know why. So this is the only poetry book on my shelf that I'd never read, and this is Someone Somewhere Maybe by Sophie Denier. I think I'm saying that right. Diner. Anyway, this is a beautiful cover. I love the shade of blue, and I love the yellow on it. Blue and yellow is like one of my favorite color combinations because it's so like summery, but also very like calming. Apparently she's super popular on TikTok, so I remember when Ruby Carr was blowing up, I really liked her stuff, but then going back and reading it, I'm like, not the best. I still thank her very much for my development and my love of poetry. No one will ever compare to Robert M. Drake. He is my favorite poet, my favorite writer of all time. If you've never read Robert M. Drake, read it. But I'm hoping to get kind of like the same feeling that I get from that. I love annotating poetry books. I have annotated one Robert M. Drake book, and I gave it to my boyfriend, and he now loves Robert M. Drake, and I'm just super excited. I would love to read this. I would love to see if Sophie Denier is as good as everyone says she is on TikTok. And I picked it up from Target, so like super last minute I was like, oh, this is so pretty. And it was definitely a splurge. Like, this was $18, but hopefully it's worth the $18. Hopefully I get to feel something. Hopefully I get to feel seen, because that's my thing with poetry, is I love when people put what I'm feeling into words, and I love my own interpretation of it. And people hate poetry for that, but that was actually my best like score on, like, I think that's like my AP Lit was poetry, and being able to interpret it, because it's so hard to interpret, but once you figure out everything else about it, like once you read it in whole, like you understand it, and I love that, and I really hope that I can get that from this book. And the last one I have is Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. I have talked about this book on my channel before. I believe I have. Sorry, it's like super reflective, and I have my lamp right here to kind of make me not look dark and dead. But first of all, I love this color. I love this color combo, pink and yellow. It's beautiful, and then the inside is pink. It's so beautiful. But I believe this is about the sorority house that Ted Bundy in I think FSU, and so we're pretty much hearing the FSU, and I would just love to hear or see how she writes the victim sides rather than Ted Bundy's sides, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is people will write about these killers and these horrible people and not give a voice to the victims. I believe this was like a fiction based off of a story, but I'm like a real story, but I'm not 100% sure, and I will get back to you on that if you would love to know. But I'm very excited to read it. Very excited to see how she interprets the victims, and see if it really gives justice to who deserves the justice, not the person who took away someone's life. Yeah. Anyway, that is all for today's video. I'm sorry for ranting and rambling and raving on, but I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. My social media will be down below if you would love to see my thoughts on any of these books. Please let me know, and I would be happy to tell you. And yeah, that is all for today's video. Bye.